Before the streets erupted in a way that would scar a nation, here's why Thailand's 1973 uprising began. It started not with soldiers or politicians, but with young people. Students, clerks, monks, mothers, all asking for something deceptively simple: a constitution and an end to a decade of rule by generals. The military government had promised a charter, then delayed again and again, then detained the student leaders who dared to ask why. That single act lit the fuse. In Bangkok, the crowd swelled to hundreds of thousands, a river of humanity flowing along Ratcha Dam Noen Avenue. The chants lifted toward the palace and the ministries like a storm gathering in the lungs of the city, a collective voice demanding to be heard. But as morning turned to afternoon, the mood shifted. Hope began to curdle into anxiety. Rumors flew like sparks in the wind, of plots, of provocateurs, of guns hidden in the crowd. Soldiers were ordered in. A single shot cracked the air, then another, then too many to count. The protest became a battlefield. People ran, their banners and hopes trampled underfoot. Buses became barricades. Fire licked the sky as government buildings burned. Students tried to pull the wounded away, leaving streaks on the road. Some held their student IDs to their chests, a piece of plastic against a rifle, as if a card could stop a bullet. But here is the part we rarely say out loud. Not all the danger wore uniforms. In the panic, parts of the public fell on students with sticks and stones. Some believed the protesters were communists. Some were terrified by the chaos. Some were simply swept up by the powerful current of fear. The crowd, once a shield, became a blade. And yet, amid the horror, there were acts of impossible courage. Monks opened temple gates, turning sanctuaries into safe havens. Drivers ferried strangers to hospitals. Residents hid students under tables and behind wardrobes, risking everything for someone they didn't know. By nightfall, the toll was undeniable. Bodies, sirens, and families searching faces that would not look back. The king intervened. The generals fled into exile. On paper, the people won. But victory that day tasted of smoke and salt. In the quiet that followed, the city held its breath. The official count settled at 77 dead and over 800 wounded. A curfew fell, leaving the streets to the ghosts of the day's chaos and the crews cleaning away the evidence of a nation's wound. Politically, the change was swift. A civilian prime minister was appointed. A new constitution was promised and delivered. For the first time in a generation, Thailand was returning to democratic rule. The students had, against all odds, toppled a dictatorship. But the legacy of October 14th is more complex than just a victory. It became a touchstone for Thai identity, a day of mourning and of pride. Every year, people gather to light candles, remembering not only the fallen, but the fragility of their triumph. The event empowered a generation of activists, but it also left a deep scar, a lesson in how quickly a crowd's hope can be twisted into fear. So why does it matter all these years later? Because the line between order and chaos isn't a wall. It's a thread. It frays not only under the boot of power, but under rumour, fear, and the small human need to choose a side quickly, before you understand what the sides even are. The Day of Great Sorrow, as it came to be known, is not just Thailand's memory. It's a warning stitched into the fabric of every city where people gather and demand to be heard. If you ever find yourself in a crowd and the air turns metallic with tension, remember this. Truth is quiet at first. Listen for it before the shouting begins, and hold tight to that thread. Please subscribe for more content. Thank you.